Live looking at Chase Center and what the Warriors will try to build off of last night's victory, or yesterday afternoon's victory against the Utah Jazz. A wire-to-wire victory, complete team win against one of the top teams in the Western Conference. And they'll take on the LA Lakers, a team that blew them out a couple Sundays ago, 117-91. The Hall of Famer Chris Mullin, of course, original member of the Dream Team, Darrell Wright, NBA champ, will join us for the post-game show in Bonte Hill. And look, they got to build some momentum to go to State Warriors. And a win like yesterday, beating the Utah Jazz, where Wiggins got going, Wiseman and Poole got going, they should be able to build off of that game, Willie.
Absolutely, Bonte. Momentum is a huge factor. The bench was great. They scored 51 points. Jordan Poole was wonderful. And a depleted Lakers roster. A good time to take advantage of the Lakers tonight.
And it's time for a little bit of payback because the Lakers were up nearly 30 points at the half against the Warriors a couple Sundays ago at Staples Center. So as you said, Mully, tonight the Warriors can get right and get a little payback against the LA Lakers. And you know, it's always a great time when Steph Curry shares the floor with LeBron James. And you see the birthday boy walking in today for tonight's big game before the Warriors hit the road. More coming up here on Warriors Pregame Live, presented by Comcast Business. Warriors Pregame Live presented by Comcast Business. And you see yesterday, Mully, Cannon, what a cute little kid there. And Cannon, of course, with Riley and Ryan, his three kids. They helped design Steph Curry's birthday shoe. And what a fun moment that was yesterday.
Adorable. And Steph had his highest point output on his birthday and led the Warriors to a big-time win. One of the most important wins to stop that 4-game losing streak.
No doubt. And he was 1 point shy of 33, which would have matched his age there on his B-Day. He missed a free throw late in the game. As Mully and I are live at Chase Center, in case you're wondering here, as you see the background, as the Warriors warm up here, getting ready for the LA Lakers. But yesterday was a total team effort. Look, we'll hear from Garrett Burke a little later in the show as she sat down with Kelly Oubre Jr. But for the Warriors, this was an important win, as you said, Mully, beating one of the top dogs in the Western Conference to snap that 4-game losing streak.
And not only beating Utah Jazz, the #1 team in the West, but the way they did it, Bonte, with total team effort. Steph Curry was spectacular. Draymond Green with a triple-double. Andrew Wiggins, efficient, 12 of 16. And the bench was the big story. After having a tough game in L.A. against the Clippers, they bounced back, had 51 points as a bench unit, and really outplayed a really good Utah bench and a veteran group. So yeah, that was impressive.
Weathered the storm in the second quarter when they had an 11-point lead going into that second frame. Dwindled down to 2, but the second unit with Jordan Poole and James Wiseman helped stabilize the game, and the Warriors were able to take a double-digit lead in the halftime here. Let's look at the assists, because you brought up Andrew Wiggins. 12 of 16, a season high, 28 points. His previous season high was a 4th game of the season against the Detroit Pistons. Courtesy of Comcast Business, every connection counts. Is this the assist of the year for Steph Curry to go to State Warriors? Don't forget, Steph Curry's 1 assist shy of tying a franchise record with Guy Rodgers. He gets 2. He'll have the assist record to himself. Look at his pass, Willie. Right-hand flip. Wiggins with the big 3.
Well, just incredible vision, being buried in the deep corner and spotting Andrew Wiggins in the far wing there. And Bonte, you mentioned 12 of 16. The Utah Jazz is one of the best defensive teams. We're going to see a great defensive team tonight with the Lakers. But he was very efficient, very aggressive, driving the ball early, and then in turn knocked down a few 3-point shots.
Yeah, it looked like he had fresh legs. The All-Star break did him well, and he was aggressive early and often hit the 3-ball yesterday. Didn't get to the free throw line, but he was active. That assist, though, from Steph Curry, and he's going to break the assist record unless something catastrophic happens tonight. You think about all the records. It's going to one day pass Wilt Chamberlain for the all-time scoring leader in Warriors history. Now he's 2 shy from breaking the assist record. And a lot of people say, well, is Steph Curry a true point guard? Is he a shooting guard? He has had seasons where he's averaged over 8 assists per game. And he had 9 last night. Steph Curry can pass the rock, Bully.
Well, what makes Steph Curry so unique is with the basketball, he's incredible. He can score off high pick and rolls. He's a great assist guy. He's got great vision, great touch on his passes. He's going to pass Guy Rodgers, one of the most underrated Warriors of all time, a Hall of Fame player. He's going to pass Wilt Chamberlain in the scoring. So anytime you pass Wilt Chamberlain anything,
that means something.
That's history.
Right.
He's just passed Reggie Miller. He will pass Ray Allen. So every record that's out there, Steph's going to break.
No doubt about that. Let's focus on Andrew Wiggins for a bit here, because Andrew Wiggins, he's been ridiculed. A lot of people are saying, what's going on with Andrew Wiggins? As he shot only 27% from the three-point line in the month of February. We saw him start early and aggressive against the LA Clippers in that blowout loss last Thursday night. Yesterday, he came out on fire. He was efficient, as you said, Bully. He was aggressive. He attacked the basket. He had the floater working. He didn't just settle for the three-point shot either. But then when he gets open shots like this, he drained them yesterday, 3 or 4 from the three-point line. Andrew Wiggins' best game in quite some time.
And I think you're right, Bundy. I think the All-Star break came at a great time for everybody, but most importantly, Andrew Wiggins. He looked a little tired. In the first game back, everyone struggled. But against the Jazz last game, he was dynamic. He looked fresh and really explosive and decisive. So, and Andrew, he's played really well all year and consistently.
Right.
And his defense has been really good all season long, much like Kelly Oubre.
You think that took a little bit out of him, Andrew Wiggins, in the month of February? A lot of players call it the dog days of the NBA when you're getting ready for the All-Star break. Now, we know the All-Star break was a bit different this year. It comes at the halfway point. Usually you play about 50 to 55 games before you get to the All-Star game. But Wiggins was on the injury report quite a lot in the month of January. Maybe he has some nicks and bruises there. What do you think the All-Star break did for him? Just getting away from the game, maybe for his mentals? Was it more mental than physical for Andrew Wiggins?
Well, this is our first time here in the arena and what we had to do to get in the arena, right? The
Right.
protocol, the COVID protocols wears on people, and it's really taken away the routine of these players, right? There's a lot less practice going on, and even when you have a day off, you have to get up and test. So I think all players are adjusting. So it's not really an excuse. It's just a really different year for obvious reasons.
No doubt. It was a strenuous situation here for us. We've got to wait about 45 to an hour. These players had to do it. We heard Draymond Green last Saturday say they had to do 3 tests. One of them at 10 o'clock at night, or the other option was 5 a.m. in the morning. So these players are going through a lot here, but it was good to see Wiggins get back on track against a tough Utah Jazz team. Speaking of another guy looking to get back on track, I thought he was solid against Utah. The box score doesn't show it, but it's Kelly Oubre Jr. We'll discuss Kelly Oubre Jr. coming up here with Kerr Burt, who sat down with Kelly Oubre Jr. about his journey to the NBA. Plus, we have a little something on Women's Empowerment Month. You don't want to miss that here on Warriors Pregame Live, presented by Comcast Business. The San Francisco 49ers have locked up 2 key players as NFL free agency opened up this morning. Last night, Pro Bowl fullback Kyle Juszczyk signed a 5-year extension through 2025. Juice has been a key cog in Kyle Shanahan's offense. Then earlier today, the defense got some good news with cornerback and Fairfield, California native Jason Verrett. He was locked up in a 1-year deal worth $5.5 billion. But some bad news for the 49ers. Kendrick Bourne is now going to New England to play for Coach Bill Belichick. He signed a 3-year, $22 million deal with the Patriots. So no Kendrick Bourne with the 49ers going in. But the Jets, your Jets signed Corey Davis, Chris Willen, a wide receiver. They have Jared Mayo, a linebacker. Robert Saleh, former D coordinator. Baby JTS, Jets making some moves.
Broadway Joe, baby, bring him back. We've been waiting a long time.
He's not walking through that door, Bully. Nor is Ken O'Brien or Chad Pennington. Nor is Herb Edwards. Look, Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. Gigi Bryant, rest in peace as well. And everybody involved in that horrific helicopter accident over a year ago. But Kobe Bryant and Gigi had the Mamba Academy. And the term girl dad was big. It was becoming more popular. And Mully, girl dad, you're a father of a daughter here. Goes to UC San Diego. What does the term girl dad mean to you?
It means yes. You say yes to everything.
That's not good news for me, Bully. I got a daughter who's 3.5 months, man.
There's nothing like a father-daughter relationship. I love my boys, love them like nothing else. But my daughter, it's just a special relationship, and you'll find out.
Oh man! So you're saying when she says, "Hey, Daddy, can I have the credit card?" the answer's supposed to be yes?
Hey, Daddy, can I have anything? Is yes. It's just yes.
Where's Women's Empowerment Month?
Keep working, brother.
Oh, man, Bully, I'm going to be broke, man. Hopefully I'm here with you guys at NBC for quite some time because I need to go. No, I'm kidding here. But Steve Kerr and Steph Curry, they've been doing a lot with Women's Empowerment Month. Of course, Steph Curry with his 2 daughters, Ryan and Riley here. So without further ado, here's Girls Dad, presented by First Five, kept all month long here at NBC Sports Bay Area and Malik Girl Dad. I got to say, I'm a new dad, 3.5 months. When my daughter's in my arms and there's a game on and she just looks at me and smile, it melts my heart. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably going to get everything from me. You know, when you hear Steve Kerr and Steph Curry say walking in the house and you see that smile from your daughters, I know that means something special to you.
Absolutely. My daughter Kira is a sophomore at USD, and she brings out a different side than my sons do, and probably the better side, the more sensitive side, the more emotional side. And my daughter challenges me more than my boys. She's tough, and much like her mother, she runs the house. and I told you earlier, the best thing to do is just say yes.
Just say yes. You'll get out of
Figure it out later on.
That's what the wives too, though, right? Say
no
yes.
Doubt.
So double whammy. So we're tag team here.
Yes, yes.
yes. But as we celebrate Women's Empowerment Month, it is great. We talked about it last Thursday, Mully, with Kareth Burke, Jennifer Azzi, Kendra Andrews, who we just met in person for the first time, doing their due diligence and working in the field, and no longer just looked at as female reporters. They're just reporters. And that's what we're coming to here in this country, which is a great thing, where females are empowered to do much, much more.
Absolutely. And because of they're qualified, they're trusted, they're talented, and we see coaches in the NBA, front office women in the NBA. So it's really important. And I've heard you mention Jennifer and Kareth and Kendra.
Yep.
What's really important, too, is being endorsed by men, but being supported by other women is as important.
No doubt. Dad, shout out Kate Scott, too, who will call the Warriors game on the radio side for 95.7 The Game. My co-host on the Morning Roast to 95.7 The Game. She'll be calling that game. And Kareth Burke will also be on the broadcast, so a big-time moment for them. Switching gears here, speaking of Kareth, she sat down with Kelly Oubre Jr., who, of course, is enjoying his first season with the Golden State Warriors. Got off to a real rocky start, has really turned up his game in the month of February, and continued that in March. He's had a journey, Mullen, throughout his NBA career, throughout his childhood, being relocated after Hurricane Katrina. Kareth Burke, our Warriors reporter here at NBC Sports Bay Area, sat down with Kelly Oubre Jr. on all that he's endured in his childhood.
One of the questions I wanted to ask was, how do you like the Bay Area? What have you gotten to do to explore? And I feel like that might be a little harder this season. Do you have any favorite spots so far?
No, honestly, I don't. Haven't really been able to get out the house, but I look forward to, getting past the 25th and seeing a lot more of the city. And it's I'm in the flow of the season right now. So when I go home, I try to, spend time with my loved ones and, just rest as much as possible. So I haven't really been able to go out to eat. Been able to see a lot of geography. The city is beautiful. Beautiful sunrises, beautiful sunsets. I've seen a lot of those. I got to soak in the energy from that. But as far as going out into the city, when I first got here, like the first couple of weeks, me and my fiance were living downtown at the St. Regis, and we got to go shop a little bit. But things are still opening back up, so it wasn't really much that we could see.
Yeah, that can be a really walkable area too if you go to the water. It's beautiful here.
Yeah, it really is beautiful.
Yeah. You mentioned the 25th, and this can be a tense time of year. How much are you thinking about March 25th?
I'm not really thinking about it. I actually didn't know that the trade deadline ended on March 25th until my dad told me last night. I just think that it's something that, as a businessman, as somebody that's in the flow of the season, that, just has to always keep that in the back of his head, that's the clear day when you're clear. And, I would love the opportunity to just play. And be comfortable here and just continue to grow, relationships with these wonderful people here in this organization.
Well, there are some unknowns. When you look to the future, what do you hope the second half of the season is like for you?
For me, I just, hope that I really hone in on, the things that I did well in the first half that I've learned, to adjust to. And I think by me, being the best version of myself, I think I can help this team a lot more. Still starting to find my flow towards the later half of the first season, of course, as you've seen. And I think I want to just, rage out more. I only screamed in like three or four games after a couple of plays, but that's who I am. Like, I show passion, to that level. And that really sticks with my teammates whenever I can, change the momentum of the game with just certain winning plays.
Yeah, you said rage out more, so that's the energy. Because you do bring that energy. You've had some of those moments this season. You feel like you have another dial to turn?
Oh, for sure. This year has been really just me settling down into me growing up, learning from my mistakes in the past, and, just being the complete individual that I've always wanted to be. I always wanted to be somebody that's cool, calm, and collected, but always has that extra gear that he can switch to. So I think that the extra gear is slowly but surely coming out, because I always had that 0 to 100. Now I'm learning that 0 to 25 to 50 to 75 to 100. So I want to be in control of, who I am as an individual at all times.
What have you enjoyed most about the Warriors culture?
It's very me, in a sense, because we, like Coach says this a lot, this organization has thrived in chaos and, made the best out of it. And has always just been on top of the chaos that they've created. And, that's an individual like myself who's always been, balls to the wall, 100 miles an hour, a rager, and then always been able to make that work for myself. So to be able to be a part of this is something that's great. This is a different year than it has been in the past, but I just think that by me continuously, growing on the court, I bring exactly what, this organization has brought to the game, from countless years. So I think that, that's what I love most about this. And it's the wonderful people. We're a family, so, all families go through things, all families go through highs and lows, and we've never allowed it to break us. We're at one of our lowest points right now, but, being 500, because that's not good enough at all. That's not something that we see ourselves at. So, now I think we've had enough of just feeling those sad days and those mad days of our performances and going out there and, not competing like we should. So I think that, we all resonate with that. And that's why I love it here, man, because nothing ever can break us. It always makes us.
All right, part 2 of that interview coming right up.
It's so awesome to hear that you love it here. And I'm not sure if you're aware how much of a fan favorite you're becoming, because fans aren't in the building. You did the smart thing and got off social media, but are you sensing the embrace in the Bay Area of what you're all about?
Not necessarily, because I really have a lot more to give. And, I would love to just give, this city, this organization my all, especially since I started off slow. I know a lot of people had expectations for me to come out and, be better than what I was. But at the end of the day, it's a learning experience for me. I'm still 25 years old, just turned 25 this year, so, or last year. But it's something that I just feel like I haven't given it that what these people wanted from me. And, once fans start being able to be in the arena, I'll be able to, I'll be able to feel that energy from them. But like you said, I'm off social media right now. So all I see is the team fan pages, the Warriors Wire, Warriors Talk. And, there's social media addicts, I guess you'll say. So they always have to tweak what the fans and the toxic comments, what those things want. So I think that's what I see right now. But that's a blessing to know that I'm one of the fan favorites. But I got a lot more to do.
Yeah. Don't mind all the toxic stuff, but yes, you have been embraced, and I like hearing how happy you are with the team. Do you hope your role extends pretty far? Would you like to stick around?
I would love to stick around. I'm trying to, make a home somewhere, grow in life. And I think that, by me getting acclimated more and more here every day, I think that this is a great place to do that. And, everything happens for a reason in this life, man. And I'm here right now. So I'm trying to create this masterpiece each and every day.
One more topic for you, because I know people want to know who you are. Outside of basketball, outside of work completely, what is an experience you wish you could have?
I want to be the most complete version. And for me, that is playing the game of basketball, being the best businessman that I can possibly be. And, being one of the best designers in the fashion industry. And just being overall the best artist that I can be as well. Like I said, I have a fashion brand brewing. I have a production company brewing as well. And obviously, I'm playing in the NBA at the highest level possible. So I think once those three things click, I think that I won't ever be complacent. I won't ever be just happy with where I'm at, but I will be able to sleep better at night because I know for a fact that I've done everything in my everything that I possibly could to make sure that those things are thriving. So, that'll obviously set me up for after, I'm done playing basketball. But for right now, I love this game, with all of me. So, this is the best thing that I could pretty much do right now.
You just named a whole lot of stuff. Do you feel like anything that you dream you can achieve?
Oh, for sure. It all started as dreams, but dreams come true every day, for everybody. They're just like, put this analogy out there, man. There are guys who are faces of organizations. I'm in an organization. I'll continue to be in an organization for the rest of my career. So why can't I be the face of an organization or one of the faces? So that's just the biggest dream for all hoopers, and if you're just happy to just get by or happy to be on a team, that's not good enough. You have to always strive for being great, strive for, being the best basketball player that you can be. And that goes to anything in life.
Kareth Burke with a very in-depth sit-down with Kelly Oubre Jr. Of course, the young man came over from, I guess, Oklahoma City. You got to put that in his bio. But really, the Phoenix Suns, who he played for last season, made a pit stop. Didn't even travel to Oklahoma City. But this young man is looking for a home, Willie. And we know he's on this one-year deal. He will be a free agent after the season. He looks like a good fit here with the Golden State Warriors. And Kelly Oubre Jr. looks like he's desperate to find a home. And he's got that March 25th trade deadline on his mind here. But as a fit for the Warriors moving forward, feels like he's a good fit for this team with what they want to do offensively and defensively.
I love everything about Kelly Oubre Jr. He's an incredible athlete. I love the way he finishes those quick dunks in the paint. He's really figured out the offense here, when the cut, when the space. Defensively, he's always gives you the ultimate effort, and he guards the other opposing team's perimeter players. And his offense has come around. I think he's the perfect fit for this team. I really do. Financially is going to be the thing they're going to have to figure out. But you think about this. You add Klay Thompson to this team, and you have Kelly Oubre and Andrew Wiggins on the wings. That's a championship team automatically. And in the meantime, you're developing Andrew Wiseman, Nico